a Tinder swipe will get you a hookup, but still people are lonely. I'm going to take you to the journey forward, how we, the next generation, do business, and your generation will do business. History repeats itself. I was recently interacting with the Prime Minister's economic advisor, Mr. Sanjeev Sanyal, and he was talking about how the Prime Minister makes these future predictions, and how the demonetization or the GST or the Vande Bharat and all these policies, he was an integral part of them. And I wanted to know the thought process. And I asked him, with the pandemic, he was the man, he did the whole strategy for pandemic and vaccination. So I asked him, how do you see, does history repeat itself or not? And he said, history repeats itself sometimes, but the formula generally is the same. And if you look at the history, if you look at the Industrial Revolution, when there was more automation and factory and conveyor belt, there was a boom in a certain industry. It was the entertainment industry. The movie industry, the radio industry, they started making more money. Back in the days, actors used to be poor people, right? And people watching the actors would be rich people who would buy the tickets or pay the money. But then actors became rich. Why? Because broadcast media came into being. Today, if you look at it, we are in the area where everything is automated. Practically your whole office is your phone. And in that scenario, how many hours of Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts do you watch? Right? Now, based on this, there is this huge boom of where we have access to technology. We can build, create anything and make money immediately, right? We don't have to wait for a college degree. We don't have to wait to grow up, to become an adult. So nothing is stopping you from making money. With automated cars, accidents are going to be much lesser, right? Because inter-car communication. A car will talk to another car. Oh, you're close by, so I'm not going to hit you. The opposite is also true. Now, kidnappers don't have to come all the way. They can just sit in a hotel room and take over your smart car and kidnap you and bring you to somewhere else. So there's a problem. Cybersecurity, deepfakes. And when there's a problem, we as entrepreneurs, we come to solve it. So business is not about making people want things. It's about making things that people want, right? You understand what the market would want tomorrow, and based on that, you build services, products, business models around it. Today, with Digital India, today with UPI and all the wonderful things we have access to, we are in a very good time, a golden time. But things do change, and there are problems, and more problems are coming up. People are getting looted and robbed by Chinese hackers, by Russian hackers. Deepfakes are ruining people's reputation. There's a lot of problems. There's loneliness, there's mental anxiety, there is depression. Even though just a Tinder swipe will get you a hookup, but still people are lonely. Less people are getting married. Less people are having children in our generation. And guess what? The pet industry is growing. People are adopting pets. They're spending money on pet house, pet spa, pet clothes, pet food, pet toys, and the list goes on. So where is the world going? If you look at the future, only when you look at the future, you can predict 3 years from now what would be in demand, and you can start preparing from that point what business you want to build. When you're thinking about a startup, people say, I have a startup idea. And you know what? Any Tom, Dick and Harry on the street have a startup idea. What makes you different is when you have a dire enough problem that people are willing to pay to solve. Think about Uber. What was happening before? Cab drivers, nahi jayenge. This, that, right? They would not stop. And this is not just India, not just Kolkata. Everywhere in the world. I have seen Pakistani drivers in New York City, same behavior in the cabs. They just won't stop for you. And then Uber comes, and now you have a car directly at your doorstep. It was a dire enough problem that was solved, right? The same Uber app I can use in Dubai, I can use in London, I can use in Chicago, and it works, and I have my transportation problem taken care of. The same Amazon app works in London, works in Singapore, works in Kolkata. Wherever I am, I need to buy something, it will be directly coming to my hotel room. My things are taken care of. So as a result, what we are doing is, when there's a problem that's problematic and you solve it, people are willing to pay for it.
Thank you for watching this video. If you need more help, you can use the number in the description to book your meeting or mentorship. Just call or DM on WhatsApp to book your slot.